If you're here, it means you've likely booked a call with me or you're thinking about it. This video is designed to give you real clarity on where you're at right now in your content and client growth journey and exactly what kind of strategy or system you need to do next.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Today I'm here hoping to be able to interview Joey Wilder. He is the creator, inventor, founder, you name it.
We have Joey Wilder, first time coming on the show.
But at that moment, I had a choice to make. I either hit this while it's hot, while people are hyped up about it, or kind of let it simmer out. And I've been told by many great mentors that it's all about the timing of things. Whether you're just starting out, producing inconsistently, or maybe you're already scaling with content, understand which of the three paths you're on and know what your next strategic move should be, and ensure that when we hop on the call, we're already speaking the same language and are ready to be productive. Let's break it down. Let's talk about who this video is for. This is for founders building their brand and authority online, coaches and consultants that want inbound qualified leads, and for service providers that are scaling offers and removing all that manual prospecting. And who this video is not for is people that are looking for instant results without building any foundation at all. Those that are unwilling to invest time or energy into real systems, and anyone who refuses to appear on camera or share their voice and story. Now, here's what you can expect to get from this video. You will walk away from this video knowing exactly which phase you're in and what to do next, and you'll also get 3 powerful reflection questions to prep for our call, as well as a framework and template to use for you to create your elevator pitch and your first video. Let's get into the 3 phases. Phase 1 is what I call the foundation builder. Now, you're in the early days of building your content strategy. You believe in the power of visibility and positioning, but right now, things are just sort of inconsistent, reactive, or just not happening at all. And maybe you've tested a few posts, you've dipped into reels, maybe you've recorded a podcast or 2, but it all just feels sort of disconnected. And you're really not sure what to say, how to structure it, or whether it even matters. You don't have leads coming in reliably, you don't feel confident in your messaging, and you're likely stuck in the trap of thinking you need to post every day in order to get results. Now, if this is you, here's what you actually need. You need a consistent content system with authority videos that act as VSLs, leading back to your offer or your product or service. Now, this is built on messaging, market clarity, and 1 to 2 content assets that build trust fast. Now, I like to use this framework called the FAQ to model. Now, you take your most common client question and you turn it into a functional content asset. And I'm going to break this down into a few steps for you. Step 1, identify the top 3 questions that your ideal client asks right before working with you. And choose one that sets up your offer or approach. That's step 2. And step 3, you record a 5-minute video answering it with insights. Now, I recommend structuring it like this. You introduce the question, share the common myth or misconception, and break down your framework or method with 2 to 3 insights, and of course, end it with a call to action. Here's what that sounds like. How long does it take to start getting leads from YouTube? Break down the flywheel effect, content compounding, and how consistent messaging shortens the sales cycle. Now, here's the exercise for you to do. What's one belief or objection your ideal client has, and how can your process dismantle it and explain it in 3 simple steps? Now let's move into phase 2, which is called the content systemizer. Now, you've made content before, maybe even built a little bit of momentum, maybe you've made a VSL, and you've done lives, you've posted regularly on IG, maybe LinkedIn, and you know how to show up. But here's the issue. You're doing a lot without much return. Your content doesn't seem to connect back to your offer, and really there's no back-end structure, no funnel, no conversion engine, or maybe there is, but you're relying on things like ad spend and group traffic. But you're also spending energy, but not building long-term assets. And maybe in a sense, you've plateaued. If this is you, you need a consistent content system with authority videos that act as VSLs leading to that page that you're currently running ads to. Now, I recommend using this framework that I call the authority content stack. And it's when you take one long form message and you turn it into a week of assets. Now, step one is you choose a buyer intent keyword that your audience is searching. Step two, record a 6 to 10 minute high value video around that keyword. And step three, use one of the tools online like Submagic or Opus to clip that into 10 to 15 short form videos. And step four, you schedule with strategic call to actions that map back to the main video. And here's the example. What most coaches get wrong about scaling with content. Now, inside, you deliver a tactical breakdown and repackage it as multiple shorts, addressing the pain points and mindset shifts. Now, if all of that sounds good to you, here is your exercise question. Put simply, what's your content elevator pitch? If you don't know, use this template. I create videos for ideal audience who are trying to achieve specific outcome, but struggle with main challenge. Now, once you've done that, your next step is to use that template above to write your next video title. How to achieve desired outcome without pain point for specific audience. Now let's move into phase 3, which is called the scale optimizer. Look, if this is you, you're not new to this. You've created content, you've signed clients, and you've proven that your message resonates, and now you're facing a different problem. Scale. You don't want to keep filming last minute, scrambling for ideas and doing everything manually. Maybe you have some VAs. But above all, you want to build a real machine and one that works even when you're offline and that doesn't rely on ad spend or group funnels or doing all of these JVs hoping that something finally lands. If this is you and you are one of those individuals that are just filming last minute, you're scrambling for ideas and still doing everything manually, my friend, I'm speaking directly to you. Now, if you are this person, you need to set up a content system with not only your authority videos, but they also need to be optimized for scaling and team-supported execution. Now, what I recommend for you is a framework that we teach inside our program called the Evergreen Content Engine. And this means you systemize your content so it performs long after it's published. Now, step one is you script 6 to 8 long-form videos around high-intent, rankable topics that have to do with your channel. And step two, you embed each in landing pages, email sequences, LinkedIn articles, blog posts, everywhere that you can. And step three, use a tool like Copywriter.io to optimize the titles, hooks, and descriptions so they are ready to rank and go viral. And it is all leading back to your main video, which is listed as the related video. And step four, you delegate the clipping, the editing, and the publishing and scheduling. And step five, analyze what is driving the booked calls and scale that. Here's an example. A founder builds a content mini-series tied to their funnel. One video leads to 30 plus inbound calls. One video leads to 30 plus inbound calls within 6 weeks, and the team repurposes the clips across LinkedIn, emails, nurture sequences, pretty much everywhere that you have a presence. Now, here's an exercise question for you. If this is you, what is your best performing piece of content, and how can you turn it into a 3 email nurture sequence that drives to a CTA? Now, if you're still here and you're still with me, let me tell you why this all matters. Most entrepreneurs and service providers are stuck in content purgatory. They're either posting without direction or they're not posting at all. But here's the truth. Content is leverage. It scales your time, it builds authority while you sleep, and replaces the manual outbound with inbound trust. The difference between the top 1% and everyone else is assets, systems, and strategic positioning. When you know what phase you're in, you stop guessing and you start building with confidence. Now, if you're still with me, here's the next step for you. I want you to ask yourself, which phase am I honestly in? Foundation, Systemizer. Which phase am I honestly in? Foundation, Systemizer, or Optimizer? And over the next 30 days, what is your elevator pitch?
Who do I create content for, and what problem do I solve? You can use this template. I help audience get result by method. Then use that pitch to create your first video title template. How to get result without common pain point for audience. And lastly, on a scale of 0 to 10, how committed are you to building a scalable content engine? If your answer is an 8, 9, or a 10, and maybe we'll accept some 7s, then our call is going to be powerful and it'll be productive. Now, together on the call, we'll map out the exact system that fits your phase, goals, and your bandwidth. And if it makes sense, we will share with you what it would look like for us to work together. Now, let's make your content finally work the way it's meant to. I'll talk to you soon. See you on the call. Peace.